everybody. Welcome back to the Clintonville Slasher. I am your host, Serge Frankos. Welcome back to the show. We haven't done a ride home with me truck episode in a while, so I thought we'd have fun with this one. Today, I want to talk about a 1997 classic, The Night Flyer, a Stephen King adaptation. Richard Dees really lives up to his name in this movie. A little rundown of the film is that you have this guy named Richard Dees. Now, Richard Dees works for a very, very, very shitty tabloid. And his boss is, the tabloid basically, covers anything from aliens, UFOs, and sightings of Elvis. So, it's a very crappy tabloid. His boss tells Richard Dees, he's like, listen, there is this asshole serial killer going around, and he is flying into these little airports, and he's killing all these people. He's tearing them up, and he's like, I want you to go out there and check it out. And he turns it down. So his boss ends up giving it to one of the newer employees, whose name is Catherine, and she's a go-getter, and she really wants to go get it. So Catherine and him have this conversation, and he's total asshole to her, and she takes off and she does her own thing. When Richard's boss tells him that he's going to give him the cover, he says, all right, fuck it, I'll do it. So he makes Catherine give back all of the stuff, and he goes and he gets on an airplane, and he has his own plane, and he flies to this little airport. Now, when he gets to this airport, he figures out that this guy's name is Renfield, Dwight Renfield. And he's going around and he's just murdering all these people in the most bizarre way, just tearing people apart, just totally crazy. So he ends up talking to this mechanic at one of the smaller airports. And the mechanic tells him that he had flown in the day before, and that's when shit really got weird. And he tells him, he's like, he put my buddy in this weird trance, and he was washing the guy's airplane, and he just thought it was really odd. And when the mechanic guy walked around the other way to the back of the airplane, he found a pile of dirt with maggots and fucking weird shit in it, maggots and worms. He thought that was really odd. So then Dees ends up snapping the picture of the guy who's telling the story about his friend. And total asshole. Then he goes to the cemetery at night and finds the guy that was killed, and finds his grave and puts dead flowers on it, and he cuts his finger and he smears blood all over the gravestone and kicks the gravestone so it's sideways, makes it look worse than it is. Total asshole. So he ends up following this guy Dwight to all these little airports and finds out that everybody he comes in contact with, he puts them in this trance, and then he just drains them dry of blood. When he's sitting in this hotel room, he sees this message written in blood, and Dees and Dwight have this cosmic connection to where Richard can actually see what the vampire is looking at, because this is what this guy is. He's a total vampire. And so he tells him, Dwight Renfield tells Dees to stay the fuck away. He warns him numerous times. Now, what I thought about this movie is I really loved it. I thought it was a slept-on fucking horror film. I think it's one of those movies that's a diamond in the rough. I love the character development. I love the guy who plays Richard Dees. Total asshole. Rest in peace to him. He did pass away in 2017. He was also in RoboCop, and I cannot pronounce his last name, but he was actually in RoboCop. He's the guy who gets blown up by the grenade. Anyway, I love the ending, especially the part where all the dead people are in the airport, and they're rising up, and they're all fucked up, and the practical effects. Dwight looks fucking awesome. The vampire looks super cool. The practical effects are awesome. It's a bloody fucking masterpiece. And I really think it's one of those movies that was slept on. And it is a Stephen King adaptation from one of his short stories. If you guys want to check it out, I am going to link the film because you can see it for free on YouTube. So I'm going to link it in the description box so you guys can check it out Total badass film if you've never seen it. I also want you to check out, if you want to check out Josh and I's, Josh Benson and my second channel, The Dead of Night Broadcast, where we have done a couple of interviews and we break down horror films as well on there. And we go on tangents and just got off topic, and it's a lot of fun. So if you're new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your mom, stay horror. Check out the Night Flyer, and we'll see you next time, you fucking nerds. Later days.